Welcome back to another Sunday night show. I'm actually not drinking in the dark anymore. Everyone accuses me of being an alcoholic, and I can't seem to find my hats anywhere. They seem to be all misplaced. Anyway, S&P seems so broken above 4,400. And everyone's calling for a correction that just seems to never happen. I was reading about some strategist that was saying we're going to get a massive correction starting in the second week of August. Don't hold your breath. People have been making calls like that for a very long time. I hope we get a correction, but it just doesn't seem to happen. So I'm not going to make any position changes or any major changes until there's an indication of weakness in the tape. Yeah, anyway, let's just go right into the tickers this week. So last week we had Moderna and Hood. Huge action in both of these names. Hood, you might actually be able to borrow against Hood right now. Usually there's a lockup period, but I've been hearing cases about people being able to borrow somehow. Regardless, I'm not going to short the stock, honestly. If I'm going to buy the stock, it's only going to be for a trade. These brokers, I mean, at the end of the day, it's basically the same as E-Trade and all these other brokers. They just have to find a way to make money somehow. And with Citadel and all these other companies, I don't know. Regardless, that doesn't mean you can't trade it. A lot of action, a lot of money moving around in Hood stock. Pay attention to that name. Was a major mover last week, obviously Moderna. And then Space had earnings on Friday, and it shot up a lot. It looked like it was about to break out of its trading range. It seemed like it couldn't break the 32.80 range for a while. It broke above that, but it sort of ended the day a little bit on the weaker side of the tape. Having said that, we could see some more movement in Space. Space is definitely a great stock to day trade, just due to the swings. Even though it's been in a trading range, we've had like $1.50 aggressive swings both ways in Space stock. AMC. AMC, it has earnings this week. It actually has earnings on Monday, but beyond that, you still have to watch AMC. Even last week, there was a point where I was like, okay, maybe Wall Street Bets is dead. Maybe the trade is dead, but AMC just actually bounced one day, and it was a pretty strong bounce. We'll see what happens this week. I think earnings could affect the stock, but I think people are going to be buying the stock. Even on a disappointing earnings, I think people are just going to be looking to buy here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You can't really short the name too much here because all the institutions are the ones borrowing right now, borrowing the shares to short them. Anyway, the last one I want to talk about is AMD, because AMD is a great trade right now. There's a lot of money flowing into the stock. We see $5-6 moves easily on an intraday basis. You can play this one both ways. I played this both long and short last week, just for a couple of points here or there. But that's another one that is off earnings season that I'm watching. Let's go into the names this week. So on Monday we have Bntx. It's a new one. I don't really talk about Bntx too much. Earnings season play is a great play to have. We also have TTD, which is the trading desk. Usually a great trade for earnings. Next, we have kind of a dead company that people don't like to talk about, Dish. But honestly, earnings is a great play. It's kind of like iRobot, where I don't talk about it. I don't do anything with it, but come earnings time, the movements throughout the day are usually worth watching on Dish stock. Outside of that, we have AMC. Of course, you have to play AMC and Chegg. CHGG, Chegg, and RIOT. RIOT is the big blockchain stock to trade. Honestly, for a long time, it was easier to just trade RIOT and Mara, the two names, rather than trading the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and things like that directly. So definitely watching RIOT. I actually expect for Monday, if you have to just play two names, I would just play RIOT and AMC. And then let's add a third one to that. That's Workhorse. That's the last of my Monday earnings stocks that I'm watching. Workhorse was once a Wall Street Bets play. That trade seems to have fizzled out. We'll see if some earnings will spike some action into this name. Somehow I doubt it because the company doesn't really have that much revenue, and without some sort of catalyst, I don't really see this breaking out higher. But let's see. WSB is definitely looking at Workhorse right now. Tuesday we have the fewest picks of the week, but a very important pick, Coinbase, ticker symbol coin. And it's probably not done too much since earnings. I think it IPO'd around 250. It's around 278. We'll see if earnings calendar is doing something. What's funny is I saw the price of Bitcoin actually steadily creep up last week going into earnings. I'm not sure if this is kind of some way of getting us to think about Coinbase a little bit more. But anyway, watch Coinbase. That's probably the big trade on Tuesday, and we have Fubo TV, ticker symbol FUBO. Those are the two main plays I'm watching. Other than that, basically carry over all of Monday's trades on the Tuesday. They're still going to be active and volatile. On Wednesday, we have NEO. That's a kind of a must play. I'm definitely watching NEO. And then on top of NEO, we also are going to be watching AppLovin. Just don't confuse it with McLovin. It recently IPO'd, but it still tends to have a lot of action. I kind of want to see how it plays out during earnings season. We don't have the history yet to really judge, but it's something I'm really watching this earnings. AppLovin. And then a couple of other names to a lesser extent. CLOV was a major Wall Street Bets name for a long time. It basically shot up to like $29, crashed down to $8. I'm actually, if I didn't already have exposure, I have exposure from about $11 a share, kind of holding the bag. And if I didn't, I would consider maybe gambling pre-earnings on CLOV. It's a very speculative play, you guys. So, and keep in mind, buying before earnings is gambling. So the reason I talk about these earnings stocks is so you can, if the stock gaps up, you can buy it. If the stock breaks lower, you can potentially short some of these names. Once again, we have Amwell, to a lesser extent Amwell. That was a great trade for a long time. I feel like the actions kind of died out of Amwell. Having said that, I think earnings could be a major catalyst for this stock as well. We'll see if it brings some action back into the tape. So Amwell, and to a lesser extent, I honestly don't feel like mentioning the name despite it being a name everyone's heard of, eBay. eBay is to a lesser extent on Wednesday's earnings. Thursday, we have a bellwether. We have Disney. It was a name I totally got wrong on a trade. I talked about bailing on Disney stock because I was angry. I was confused how they would make money during COVID. I did a video last year in the peak of COVID. And I thought I got out at an okay price, and Disney has just been going up. A lot of that was due to their streaming service. They're in competition with Netflix. Yeah, I'm paying attention to Disney. But honestly, the trading names that I'm more focused on is probably going to be Airbnb and DoorDash. Those are great names with probably more action and movement just because the companies tend to be less stable because of their recent IPOs. Baidu, same thing, same logic here. I think these are slightly better trades than Disney stock. And then we have Palantir. Palantir is the largest single investment I have. 30% of my money right now is in Palantir stock. This is not so much of a trade as a long-term investment for me. But if this goes bad, I'm going to probably be eating ramen noodles the rest of my life. Palantir stock has me a little bit nervous. And then lastly, we have Wish, another WSB name, Context Logic Wish, something I'm watching. We'll see. The action kind of died in Wish for a while, but hopefully this week we can get in and get it back and see if there's some money to be tossed into this stock. We'll see. I'm gonna play Wish by ear. We have Sundial, which is another major weed grower similar to Tilray. So ticker symbol SNDL is the last thing I'm watching on Thursday. But to be honest, probably watching I'm probably not going to be playing Palantir as an earnings trade. I just have already so much exposure. So in terms of trades, I'm probably watching Airbnb dash Baidu, but I think you guys should also watch Palantir. And lastly, on Friday, we have Berkshire. I honestly don't even feel like mentioning it because I'm probably not going to be trading it. I didn't see a lot of other good trades on Friday, but everything I talked about on Thursday, you can probably trade on Friday. And honestly, a stock like Wish or even Sundial, that the action from Thursday is definitely going to carry over to Friday. And the action from earlier in the week is definitely going to carry through the later week. I want to end it here. No major IPOs I'm watching right now, just paying attention to the way the price action plays off on Hood. Other than that, just play it safe, you guys. This summer is going to be coming to a close in the next few weeks. We'll see if some of these doomsday predictions are going to come true. I don't know. It just seems like too much money printing at this moment. I guess we'll see. But play it safe, and hopefully you guys survive long enough to watch my video next Sunday. Thanks for joining. I'll see you again.
I just want the money, 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 money.